Hi, this is Justin with Define Audio Video, now with better lighting. I don't know if that's a good thing for what you're seeing on the camera or not, but you can actually see what I'm doing this time. So this is another JL teardown. JL Audio, I just want to say one thing. We seem to, a lot of our videos seem to be JL teardowns. Most of these units are older units that come in and they've just been in the field a long time and they can service it. Now, most of these videos are for do-it-yourselfer type of thing. So if you want to tear it down yourself, feel free. If you have any questions, just send a comment to the video or the YouTube link. We do have a lot of questions about the back plate removal. So that particular removal can get a little tricky and make you a little squeamish if you've never done it before. A lot of people have wrote in and said, well, if I hear wood cracking and things like that, do I need to pry? Do not pry with a screwdriver or a pry bar or a chisel or nothing. You don't need to pry. Just use the bolt method. So the bolt needs to be about 3 inches long. You can use a 4-inch bolt, that's fine too. But my recommendation is to do these top 2 holes up here, and then if you start hearing the wood give way, go ahead and skip down to the middle holes. It's no big deal. It's not gonna hurt anything to do that. I want to show this video. You know, we have shown an F12 teardown. We haven't shown an F12 version 2. So a lot of fun things that our friends at JL do on the version 2. It's kind of like going from a standard subwoofer to something that went to NASCAR camp with quick disconnects, and it's way easier to tear down and things like that. So we're gonna zoom in here and look. Always have a friend that maybe can help. These things do get a little heavy. Have a moving blanket. My job is to keep myself alive, and you, Mary, do not do it without one, just because you don't want to scratch wood floors or countertops or whatever you're tearing this thing down on. So I have already done the back plate removal process. So again, bolt in the top right corner, bolt in the top left corner. You want to use a hand ratchet. You can use power tools, just make sure you do it with a light clutch. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this guy off, and I just kind of want to show you what's inside a V2 version. So notice it looks way different than the version 1. Version 1, we had cotton batting everywhere. We had to take apart quick disconnects here and here and then up and down the line. This is like it went to race car school, and hey, let's take it apart quick and send it off quick, that type of thing. So they really did update a lot of the electronics, a lot of the connections inside. They went from the cotton batten to the rubber batten, which is way more sustainable and doesn't break down over time like the cotton does. Now, if you notice on the inside, they actually upgraded the driver as well. This is a V2 driver. You've got glue, this crazy glue stuff on all the surfaces in there. So they really went above and beyond the previous version to keep things from rattling and to keep things happy as this pressure cooker, does what it's going to do. This is not a passive radiator subwoofer, so it literally it builds a ton of pressure inside of this cabinet, which is why they have to keep things from rattling and keeping connections from rattling loose. So a lot of these connections are spring-loaded, which is also really cool. So I'm gonna try to do this without a pocket screwdriver because I'm a dummy and didn't grab one, but we'll just do it this way. So first is first, you've got one connector here that you're just gonna pry back a little bit on here and here, and then it's gonna come apart. I say it's gonna come apart. We'll edit this out and it will come apart. And yep, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just separate this from the Allen. Because that little guy doesn't seem to want to give. What I always like to do on things like this is just put the bolt back in the hole. That way you don't have to keep up with it later. I mean, it's going to the factory anyway, but it'll come back with the bolt on it. Just put it back in the hole, and that way you don't have to worry about losing it later or trying to find another one. And then we're gonna detach this little guy. So he's tie wrapped on there, no big deal. Same thing. Take the bolt out, put him back in, make sure you got it for later. Okie dokie. All right, so on these clips, it's a pry out, not push in. So to remove, you pry them out, not push them in. A lot of these clips, sometimes it's a push in to remove, but this one, these are pry out. These are kind of cool. So this is all upgraded because the last F12 we pulled apart was not a version 2, and it literally had interconnects in these rubber lines here, which would have been cotton lines back then. So it literally is like somebody took it to quick disconnect F1 NASCAR, whatever, pick it up, and just it's made to be taken apart really quickly and put back together really quickly, whereas the other one was a little bit more tedious and cumbersome. So they really did a good job on the V2. So if you're on the fence about doing a version 2 upgrade, do it. It's better. It's a better amplifier, it's a better speaker, there are better connections. They do the rubberized lines on the inside, so the cotton. So there's a lot of cool upgrades to do it. It's still cheaper than buying a new JL Audio subwoofer. Good people at JL, they are really Johnny on the spot when it comes to doing that. You can do this yourself. If you do not have a box for your amplifier, you can actually call JL Audio and you can order a box from them, and then they'll ship you a box. That way your toys are nice and safe. Or you can bring it to your friendly audio store, like, I don't know, Define Audio Video, and we can help you pull it apart if you're in the Texas area. So if you have any questions, please like or subscribe on our YouTube channel. Facebook, we have all kinds of do-it-yourself things that are coming to play, as long as they can keep me sitting still long enough to film such things. We're gonna do podcasting pretty soon on different audio topics and things like that. So look for new content, like, subscribe. We'll see you in a bit.